Solid. What the fuck? This is, it's kinda insane, to be honest. Oof, bro. Oof. Fair. Fair. In any case, today we're gonna react to a video. I know, crazy. So I've had my wisdom teeth removed, so I still struggle speaking a little bit. I hope you can forgive me for that, and I just do not feel like playing the game myself, so we're just gonna watch other people play the game. Basically, quickybaby made a video about the most OP tier 5 tanks, and since I'm that kind of guy that only plays one tank ever and it happens to be tier 5, I know my way around the tier 5, right? Think of that what you will. I personally have no opinion on stat padding, at least none that I'm willing to voice right now. And no, it's not in defense of it, okay? I can recognize it as an issue as it is. However, the fact remains that there's still an audience for it, right? Be it new players or people that just so happen to have a favorite tank on tier 5, right? Like me. I made a tier list a while ago. It still holds up pretty well in my opinion. It's in my opinion very solid. Reflects the current standing of tier 5 tanks. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna watch quickybaby's video, see what he's running, see what kind of tanks he's showcasing, and then we're gonna compare it to my tier list, right? So let's just get into it, I'd say. So right off the bat, what he's basing this off of is the win rate differential. So this is already making things very complicated. In my opinion, if you're going by win rate differential, immediately most OP tier 5s doesn't probably hold up anymore. What I mean is, although this would reflect the tier list semi-accurately, you might have one or the other tank that just so happens to have a current good win rate differential, and it might show up, you might showcase it, but it's not even close to being OP, right? Not even close to being strong. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have at least one example of that in this video. Other than that, if we're gonna look at this right now, to a certain degree, it's accurate. Adding to this, that I would choose OP tanks also by just the W-Nate, obviously. Obviously by the win rate they're playing. And obviously by the win rate of the players. I mean, all of this kinda matters to a certain degree. If you consider that low tier tanks tend to be more popular when they're also good, right? Especially for stat padding. Yeah, so looking at this, look at this for example. ELC, win rate differential bad. We all know that it's a fantastic tank. It's a really good tank. Just the only reason it has a win rate differential of in the negatives is because the average win rate of the players is really good. And better than the win rate that it's being played at currently. But this fluctuates all the time anyway, so let's just check it out. But I'm pretty sure that this is more or less just, you know, for the clicks, which I don't mind, to be honest. I'm doing the same, so I get it.
Hi everyone, it's quickybaby.
Also disclaimer, I have nothing against Kiwi, okay? I'm just here to give my own 2 cents as someone who knows about this topic. And other than that, obviously, if I ever seem condescending in some way, you know, I not my intention. I have absolutely nothing against Kiwi.
Welcome back to World of Tanks, and today I'm going to be playing the most overpowered tanks at tier 5, using Tomato GG's awesome win rate differential statistic, which is the difference between the win ratio that a tank is achieving and the actual win ratio of the players that are playing it. So firstly, let's take a look to see what the best heavy tanks are. Now this is an interesting one. The Excelsior, apparently the average win ratio of a player in the Excelsior is 43%, suggesting to me that because it's an invite.
So if you're curious as to how this is, I can explain it. Basically, we have two things going on with the Excelsior. A, it's a good tank, which means it is popular within the stat padding community. It is largely overlooked to a certain degree by other players. So you would only know about this if you care enough about stat padding in order to know about this. However, it is often given out with codes, which also makes this immensely popular for boarding. And that's why you have such a bad player win rate. Like, it really stands out with within all of the other tanks. In my opinion, this would have been actually really good for this video, because this is actually a fantastic tank.
Vehicle for a lot of players. There are a lot of terrible players playing this tank, but still.
I mean, I'm actually surprised that the Churchill 3 isn't like the main target for boarding, to be honest, especially with the experience multiplier. Actually very surprised about that, because this is also given out with codes.
The vehicle is getting an average win ratio of 49%. But considering that you probably don't all want me to just play premium tanks for this entire list, I'm going to pick to play the BDR instead, which is giving its players plus 4% win rate. The average...
Okay, so let's just compare this to the tier list real quick. But so far it's actually holding up, right? So I put the Excelsior, the T14 and the Churchill all in strong and broken. And I put the BDR together with the OI experimental here at strong. So this is kind of checking out so far. The main reason these are OP and broken is because they also have mobility and pref matchmaking. Like all three. No, not the Churchill. It obviously doesn't have mobility. Churchill has more armor. And the single best experience multiplier in the entire game. Yeah, like you can play a single first class with the Churchill 3 and immediately have a new experience record, right? These two, mobility also, and good armor. BDR, not a premium, no pref matchmaking, no crazy mobility. The reason the BDR is up here is because of the alpha. Like the potential of making really good trades. Like the alpha actually is incredible to have on a tank like this, on a heavy tank. Video.
Win ratio of players is 48.5, and the tank is achieving 52.48% wins. So this vehicle is so good that even though it's been nerfed recently, it is still towards the top of the list.
Yeah, just drop vents for hardening. Just use the ducky setup. This is almost a ducky setup, and a ducky setup is so good. Like, this is the thing about heavy tanks, right? A, you're playing where other heavy tanks are, which means you're always playing against the majority of the hit points. B, on this tier, even just basic fucking skills like angling your armor is already going to give you the edge over most of your opponents. Tier 5 heavy tanks are in a really good spot right now. In a really good spot. And you have the alpha to add to this. Use the ducky setup because hardening and turbo really revolutionized like heavy tanks like this with mediocre mobility and the hit point buff and the track repair and everything. It's really good.
The BDR is great because it has fantastic alpha damage and decent penetration. 135 pen on its 90mm.
Hardening and turbo are also the reason why why tanks like the Excelsior, the T14, and the T1 Heavy are so fucking good right now. It's insane how much that new equipment mattered.
5 TP. Whoa, the shell deviates and goes wide. So there's
I'm really curious what quickybaby's settings look like specifically his aiming sensitivity.
recently buffed tier 5 heavy tank as well. A couple of Churchills are coming around the corner.
It looks really rough.
I missed the lower plate. this thing's armor is not bad. It's got 40 millimeters of hull armor out on the side, so I can side scrape 60 millimeters of frontal armor as well. So I'm just hoping that I can get these Churchills. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And these Churchills can't seem to manage to catch me. Funnily enough, I think that this tank's hull goes over the tracks once again, a bit like on the Churchill, so I can actually shoot him in the front track and be able to catch him. And I guess that's why this tank is just strong.
Yeah, see what I mean? All you need to do is learn how to angle, and you just immediately have an edge over other people. Like, they don't angle, they're throwing the fronts out for you to shoot, and you're just angling against them, and there's nothing really much they can do. And this is where the BDR excels, because you have the Alpha to make trades, even if they do get to shoot you. Yeah, good stuff.
75 there as well.
There we go.
I, on the other hand, I'm going to try and get on this T-3485M. I managed to actually hit the weak point on the front of that vehicle.
Like, you can't even pen that. It's so unbelievable. The T-3485M is so broken. Like, you have to actually hit the weak point there in order to pen.
Vehicle, which is kind of like the machine gun port.
So right now, as the guy stands there unangled, I think it's 140 effective. I have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 140 millimeter effective armor. No, it's 120 millimeter. Look at this. How is this not even a weak point, to be honest? That's so bullshit. This is a weak point, but it doesn't even show up as a weak point. Let's look at live. Ah, there we go. Cool. That is so dumb. Yeah, so I always shoot the turret ring. For some reason, it's the easiest to hit. For no reason. Like, that's the thing, when I'm shooting this with the ELC, I hope to pen the turret somewhere. Because the hole is just so fucking dumb.
I'm gonna have to start to load some gold soon, because I don't think I can go through this guy frontally reliably.
Yeah, here he aimed right at the driver's edge, by the way. The one point on the front of the T-34 that he struggles to pen.
That'll be the last shell I bounce off him, though, because as I said, the gold pen on this tank is rather nice. Let's just come around the corner slowly and see if we can snap a shot. Well, I had to open my big...
Either he low pen rolled or he hit the driver's edge again. Which, you know, knowing that tank can absolutely happen.
Flappy mouth saying that's the last round that I'm going to bounce off him, but it looks like I will be bouncing another one. But that is because he was vastly better angled for the second shell.
Actually impressive that he didn't get slapped there once by the T-34-85. Because that guy has DPM. He's going to shred you.
The hitting. So this KV-1S good. I think the KV-1SA might be on my right up this slope, just taking a look at the other players. There he is. We'll get a good shot into it.
Yeah, good play.
We'll fall back. The T-34-85M is making a push through the center. And this is where this tank is just so much better than like a KV-1SA. He's... Oh, no, you're mine. You're mine, mate. You're mine. I got ya. Man, this game is actually really close. The Britannia Panther's thinking about coming around the corner. Don't want them to get me my weak point, but I would like to see if I can get a shot around them. I've got to repair that. And that's the problem with this tank, is that if they hit you... I think the armor actually counts as this part as well. Sneak past that rock.
This isn't a good position.
Don't want to get caught by that Britannia Panther above. Now, what I'm doing here is incredibly dangerous. I don't have a repair kit, so I could just lose my entire tank here. Why is my repair so long? Oh, the worst possible thing to happen. Oh, hopefully we can get forwards without getting hit by the T-34 in the side. Now that T-34's over there, but unfortunately I can't see diddly squat. Well, actually I say that, but now I can see. Hello, what's up, boys? You want some? I'll give it to you as long as the Britannia Panther...
What are the dispersion values? Oof, bro. Okay, now I know where the derpiness comes from. 0-13? Okay. Doable. Doable. If this was any worse, this gun would be borderline unplayable at longer distances. Yeah, okay. That kind of slaps, bro. That kind of slaps, to be honest. At closer ranges where you're gonna play the BDR, this is still fine, you know. This is still fine overall because of the 0-13 turret traverse. Yeah, hardening turbo and rammer is what you're gonna use on this. I am so confused right now. There we go. Heavy 5. But why? But why? Yeah, he has to skill has to what's it called? Re-rate those tanks. This isn't very accurate right now. Like, not in the slightest bit accurate, to be honest. Am I missing something? The hell is this? January 31st, 2021. Okay, I guess. Okay, I guess. Yeah, he has to re-rate the tier 5 heavy tanks. Like, you're gonna use hardening turbo on most of these. What am I looking at?
I think that the Britannia Panther has the shot in through the center. I'm going to change to a gold round here for the T-3485M, who's now managed to put a...
Okay, he's in a sticky situation.
Actually one of the most popular
we get it.
And we'll tell our team where the T-78... T-3485M might push this day in this game. I'll help you. It is. There's no surprise if he wasn't in that bush towards the left of me here. Because I'm playing like a chicken because I'm not advancing.
He was actually sitting in that position the entire time. It's cool, whatever.
Well, get caught by the fox. Doesn't look like this team does this game. I can totally see why this tank does do well. It's just got great alpha, and it's got enough penetration. Solid vehicle to start off the most overpowered tier 5 list. Alright, so those were the heavies. Now let's pick a medium. And is it any surprise? Look at that differential, boys and girls. 6.32% increase.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this. P43, perfect example, right? It's honestly nothing special. But depending on whether or not the player win rate is low enough, it can get a decent win rate differential even when people are just playing at average, right? Then you obviously have the premiums. Panzer T25 is also super average. It's even worse in my opinion than the P43. But it's a premium and the average player win rate isn't anything crazy. So it can get a decent win rate differential. So if we look at the tier list. I put it in overpowered and broken, obviously. P43, put it here at the bottom of the strong because it has armor. Like surprisingly good armor. But there's even an argument being made for dropping this into the average with all the rest of the boring tier 5 mediums that are all just a copy paste of each other.
Panzer 5.4. And what's crazy about this tank is actually very sweaty players are playing this already. 53% average win rate of its players and nearly 60% win rate results. That is some crazy stuff. This is honestly one of those absolute filthy vehicles that if you want to just jump in and just be completely overpowered, then you can.
So he was running Vents, Rammer, and Optics, I believe. Yeah, drop Vents for hardening or turbo. Probably hardening in my opinion. Because the tank is already relatively mobile and getting tracked in this is going to take away your momentum, right? So just keeping this thing tracked is like the best way to take away a Panzer 5.4's momentum. So that's usually what people are gonna aim at. The thing about the Panzer 5.4 is, yes, it's the kind of tank that can yodel. That can YOLO into situations. But you can actually get overwhelmed by multiple opponents, right? So I have had situations playing this tank where I YOLO'd in and I got overwhelmed and I would take at least like 3 tanks with me. But I would still die, right? So understanding where and when to YOLO in is the one thing that matters for this tank. Other than that, it's completely broken, busted, shouldn't even exist, to be honest. I will keep cursing Wargaming to the ends of time for implementing a tank as ridiculous as this. This is by far the strongest tank in the game. This is stronger than pre-nerf Chieftain and pre-nerf 279. Just because you have it on tier 5, because it has pref matchmaking, and because it has literally everything except camo rating.
And they just didn't allow me to commentate. These days, however, I've got better. The penetration isn't great, but people spam gold. But what is...
Yeah, obviously, if you have a tank like this, spamming gold is not gonna be the issue for you.
Does that BT7 even see me as I go in? He does. Should I try and blind fire at the back? Possibly. Okay, so let's see what happens when a tier 7 hull decides to make a pressure play against a tier 4 light tank. Well, I can tell you, this is going to be the last thing that he's ever going to see.
Yeah, true. Adding to this that the BT7 is probably the worst tier 4 light tank. It's god awful.
I mean, I shouldn't really commit round this corner. No, I'm not going to. I was going to ram him there, but I realized it would just be suicide, and I've got to make sure I get into a better position for this KV-222. Okay. So this KV-222, as you all saw on the list, is one of the most overpowered tier 5 heavy tanks. But funnily enough, it's got a weak turret. So he's probably expecting farm. But what he won't be expecting is how powerful the German medium tank is above him. And there is a lot of Sugoi going on around here. For anyone who is not educated, Sugoi means awesome or like brilliant or whatever in Japanese. And so
the KV-220 is completely overrated, to be honest. It's still strong because you have hull armor, you have pref matchmaking, and no one knows how to shoot the turret. But the second you meet someone who knows how to shoot a turret, nothing you can do. Honestly, it's pretty garbage. The hull armor isn't even that big of an issue, to be honest. Compare this to the OI experimental that has both turret armor and hull armor, and the hull armor is actually equally strong. Maybe just a little less strong, right? But it also has more mobility and it has a better gun. The OI experimental, by the way, is just the KV-222 without pref matchmaking, but better. In like almost every way.
So whenever you hear they don't stop, can I'm so close to just muting. For the YouTube content, I'm sure that a lot of you are probably enjoying me playing this vehicle purely so you can watch me suffer as I have to share a mic with 5 Japanese schoolgirls in a tank. Don't pen me, please. Why are you firing gold, bro? He ended up nearly taking 200 hit points off me. Oh god, how overpowered is this tank? You can pretty much just drive out in front of people, and as long as they don't slam you in the hull, it works. Alright, I see where the 14 TP is. 350 prestige PDR, by the way. This just goes to show how fucking terrible this new prestige system is. Like, give me something that actually reflects how good a player is with a tank, and not just how many battles they spent with it. DR actually has that really nasty gun, so I'm going to try and bait him into shooting my hull, come around the corner, put a shot into him. I've got to watch out for the VK though, because it looks like the VK's got some good penetration. Fortunately for that 14 TP, his penetration is absolutely awful. We need to have a Sugoi counter. For any of you out there who don't mind rewatching this segment of the video, seriously, put how many times the crew say Sugoi, or even me, how many times I say Sugoi, in the comments down below. I'm sure I'm not going to be checking it for accuracy. I don't.
Yeah, he could easily just load AG. He even has intuition on his crew. A 1 second intuition, just insta swap into AG and annihilate that Valentine.
I don't have time usually to read every single one, but I try to. So thank you all very much for all of your comments. And letting me know all the little tidbits of information that I probably should actually know when I'm kind of actually commentating, right? That 14 TP just can't pen me. Oh, that artillery can though. Maybe I overcommitted here. I gotta be careful.
I mean, quickybaby needs to make a video about mid-tier artillery, because still broken. Still broken. After all of these years, after all of the changes Wargaming made, mid-tier arty is still here, still as overpowered as ever. Obviously, Leffe doesn't help, but even Leffe apart. Grill is overpowered, M44 is overpowered, Hummel is basically overpowered, Bishop is overpowered.
I gotta be careful, he says, as he's done 2,000 damage at tier 5. Got to be careful in this vehicle. You don't really have to be careful in this vehicle. Oh, I could be tracked. The artillery could get me here, actually, around the corner. I don't want that to be the case. I've still got so much more that I want to farm on the enemy team. Okay, the Churchill died to the BDR, so I'm going to go around the corner, and I'm going to finish off the BDR. I bounced the VK, so I'm going to finish off the VK. I'm going to finish off... I was thinking about finishing off the Valentine AT. Hit that guy. There's the Grilla, so the Grilla can't get me anymore. Oh, this just feels absolutely filthy. I mean, guys and girls, there are very few vehicles where I truly feel like I'm an absolute goblin for playing, but this is one. I am the most filthy goblin ever. Am I going to get a Top Gun? I'm not going to get a Top Gun. The Lux is going to get the Top Gun. I am the most filthy goblin of all time.
Doubt. I can show you who the most filthy goblin is of all time. Casual. Casual 2000 damage a battle. And it's not even his most played tank? Wow. Wow. Like, this is actually a high tier player. Oh, BMG. Oh yeah, BMG. Oh, let's go. Yeah, BMG only plays low to mid tier. Yeah, there we go. That's more like it. 5,114 kills. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Not even close, bro. Not even close. And even this guy struggles to keep his 95% mark. I mean, 1,600 average is pretty low for the Panzer 5-4. This is still acceptable, okay? This isn't even that crazy. Only 4,000 battles in the Panzer 5-4. Only. But you get the idea, right? This isn't even close. Not even stepping remotely in the direction of what this tank, of the rabbit hole this tank created.
Boys and girls, the most filthy goblin of all time for playing this vehicle. That's 2,700 combined and 5 kills. I probably could have got a little bit more in there, but I didn't want to get hit by the Grilla, and I didn't realize they couldn't still get me around the corner.
Like, I'm sometimes wondering, like, when CC said only play high tier, kind of start self-criticizing themselves like that. Is it for the jokes? Because obviously he's doing it for the humor of it. Or are they afraid of being judged for playing one battle of Panzer 5-4? No one's gonna judge you for playing one battle of Panzer 5-4. People are gonna judge you when you only play tier 5, like I do.
So that was a high caliber and a steel wall medal. That was 1,580 base experience. And no, your eyes do not deceive you. That is a second class mastery badge.
It does get a 1.5 experience multiplier though.
Because this is, I think, the hard...
But yeah, the ace requirements, I'd say you need at least 3.5k damage and then a combination of a bunch of kills, like 6 minimum. 3.5k damage, 6 minimum kills, and then you're stepping in the boundaries where you can actually get an ace tanker with this tank.
Premium tank. We didn't fire that much gold, if any gold, so we make 51,000 credits profit. This thing is absolutely filthy, and if Wargaming ever sell it, I would recommend you get your hands on it. But
that's never gonna be sold. I'm pretty sure that that's never gonna be sold. It's like, yeah, Wargaming cares about money, obviously. I think we all know that. But in some situations, they do recognize... I mean, the Lefway is still being sold, so you know what? I'm gonna take all of that back. Maybe potentially the Panzer 5-4 is so unbelievably broken that they're never gonna sell it again. Maybe. I do have that hope. I never give up hope. I also still believe in the possibility of us getting a Super ELC, even though our well-deserved reward this year is gonna be a fucking boring-ass German medium. But, potentially. But then again, they do sell the Leffe every now and again, so.
Also know that you probably have to take a shower after every few
And I would go as far as to saying that currently the Leffe is even more toxic in the game than this.
games. So that was the best medium tank. Why don't we play the best light tank? Now, this has to be a setup. There's no way it's the AMX-13FF.
The best tier 5 light tank is TLC. Spoiler. And I'm not gonna say it because I'm biased towards it because it's my favorite tank. No, it's actually the TLC. You can see it in the statistics alone. Yeah. The ELC is capable of late game carrying way better than the Leo. I mean, here, here obviously the statistics of the ELC are slightly worse than the statistics of the Leo. I hear some people saying, but you know, the statistics of the Covenant are also surprisingly high, so how accurate is that? And the Covenant is not even close to being the best tier 5 light tank. Yeah, the ELC is just being played more. Like, played a lot more, actually. Jesus Christ. Funny to see how bad the A20 is. Let's see how well this correlates to my tier list. So, A20, I put it up here in the memes because it is a meme vehicle. Like, the idea is that people just YOLO in all the time, but if I hadn't put it in memes, then I would put it in, like, either, like, bottom of average or bad. Then the ELC is in strong and broken, and I put the Leo in strong, which checks out, and I put the Chaffee in the T50 up here in strong, which also checks out. So I feel like this is like very, very accurate. The Leo is just simply popular, but the popularity doesn't make up for the fact that you cannot fight anything at distance. Like nothing at distance. You have to get up close, you have to burst. You don't have good camo rating. Like not camo rating comparable to other tier 5 light tanks.
Accordingly, considering that the Leopard has actually got nearly the same win rate difference, I'm going to play the Leopard instead. So this tier 5 German light tank is famous inside the game. Now, a lot of you are going to be very angry at me here, because a lot of people, when they play the Leopard, they want to use the 3 centimeter.
I mean, this is the only gun you're ever gonna use on a Leopard. Why is this even a discussion? Why is this even a discussion? You're not gonna use this garbage-ass gun on the Leo. You're only gonna use the autoloader. Like, this is something that I don't get with the logic of CCs, okay? Like, not to criticize CCs, okay? They can obviously do whatever the hell they want. But I'm so confused when they take a tank that is super obviously meant to be played with a certain gun, and then they just refuse to use it. Out of ignorance, perhaps. This is the same thing, the exact same thing with the ELC. Like, they see this gun, they think to themselves, better DPM, better dispersion, good aim time, and obviously a better gun. Ultra Keklemau. Some tanks are obviously supposed to be played with a weird gun, okay? Leo, Covenanter, ELC all fall under that realm. You're gonna play them with that unique gun. They are getting that unique gun for a reason. And it's always a case of it looks shit on paper, but it makes sense when you put it on that hull, right? Please don't tell me it's gonna play this with the 5 centimeter. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't fall into that trap. It's not a good gun. It doesn't make sense on the Leo. It really doesn't make sense on the Leo.
A little pew 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 gun. However, I don't like the damage per minute on that gun.
Never be fooled by DPM. Never be fooled by DPM when it comes to unique guns. Never. Okay? Don't do it. You don't ever see anyone have good battles with this gun on the Leo. For a reason. Ah, the Leo is a burst light. You're gonna play it at short ranges. Oh my god.
I vastly prefer the 5cm gun with spamming a little bit of gold on my opponents. I'm going to be running vents, vert stabs, and
I'm gonna make that bet right now. He's not gonna have a good battle. He's not gonna have a good battle.
but not.
I would be very, very surprised if he had a good battle with this gun.
And yeah, I've got a good selection of gold ammo to hopefully be able to deal with whatever it may be. So why is the Leopard good in World of Tanks?
Oh, the second I heard DPM. The second I heard DPM, I knew it. People get fooled by the DPM idea. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Never. Okay, yeah, of course it does make sense. Of course it does make sense. On tanks where it makes sense. Okay, so let me give you the ELC principle, okay? It has a 75mm. The 75mm has better DPM. But the trade-off is that you cannot use it at distance. So it doesn't make sense on the ELC because the ELC is a tank that late game carries by fighting tanks at distance and using its camo rating, right? And using its shell velocity and using its high pen. And using the fact that it's more accurate when fully aimed in. So, yeah.
This OI is a terrifying prospect, and I can't
Incredible gun.
even pen it with gold in the side. If this thing just rushes me, I am proper dead, mate. Proper dead, not even like semi-dead. Just proper dead. I think I knocked out his
Yeah, I would watch the minimap because if you get tunnel vision on opponents, that OI is just gonna put a shot into you.
engine there. I think he might have had to use his repair kit on his engine. So if I can track him one more time. Oh, that's it. He's got his engine's gone. His engine's gone. That's the second time his engine's gone. I know with the Jagdpanzer 4 how bad that engine is. And this is where I just, get to die. No, what a shame. But that is a tier 6 tank destroyer that I nearly just farmed out. So it shows you just how brutal this vehicle is. So a little bit of tunnel vision there by me to not focus this OI, which is a definitive misplay. Kind of worried this OI is going to try and get me. And now I'm down to a one-shot. There's a... Wow, look at that. I actually spotted the AMX at the back. Crazy. He's trying to get some sneaky shots in against me. I got a funny feeling this OI is just...
AMX, by the way, the worst tier 5 lighting. The FL11. The worst tier 5 lighting. It's just terrible chuffy.
Going to push me in a second. I'm just going backwards, forwards, forwards, backwards, getting some vision in against these tanks. Just doing some work, even not in the best matchup here. Nice. There you go. The G-Row.
Nice hitboxes. The terrain hitboxes. Like he had a clear shot on the cupola of the OI, but couldn't shoot it.
Finishes him off. I'll give a thumbs up to my G-Row.
I have never played this position, by the way. Never in my life on White Park. With the ELC, you're always gonna play the center here. And then you just peek up, take shots, fall back. Hidden shoot style. Never played this.
Ooh, Mr. Churchill.
Good gun, by the way.
Nearly could have got me there. Okay, so that's a really good impact by me. That's 2 tier 6s that have been destroyed.
He's gonna hit and bounce way more shots with that. I can guarantee you, even just in that battle. I would be surprised if he gets like another 200 damage.
And while I didn't take them out single-handedly, I definitely had a positive.
It's such a bad gun. Like, I cannot highlight enough how it always looks better on paper than it actually performs. This is such a basic gun on tier 5. You have similar things on so many tier 5 mediums and stuff, but just with better soft stats, which is the main thing that matters.
Impact. You can see why this thing is just great.
Like the Chaffee, for example, it has a very similar gun, but it has really good soft sets. So even though it has 0.42 accuracy on paper in the garage, the gun performs way better than you would expect.
As well, Kappa to you.
He locked himself into that position, which is like, at least you would want to extend a bit of vision so that the people at your back don't have to be the ones spotting their own targets.
You too. Well, he's probably like got a Kappa face right on while he's trying to farm me, right? Possibly. Okay, Mr. Churchill. Oh, it doesn't look like it's going too well for you now, sir. As soon as the Churchill's down, I'll be able to start to farm his friends, which is always the goal in World of Tanks, is to farm friends. You know, make peace with your friends. Oh no, I'm so
great gun, by the way.
Is he gonna really come back around the corner? I'm really worried about this Churchill.
Still APCR loaded.
Got the Kappa. No, how do I bounce?
Great gun.
How do I bounce again?
Great gun.
What is this RNG?
You bounce because the gun is horrible. Sorry, but I'm gonna use every one of those opportunities. I'm gonna use every one of those opportunities, bro. If this doesn't show you, I don't know what will.
Gee. This game's actually ended up being very close here. Like, really close, actually. Really close. Gotta be careful. I'm trying to work this ridgeline the best I can, but it's awkward when you have to turn your tank side on to be able to depress your gun. Oh, my team did a great job going in there. Alright, there's a Chinukai. I think I'm gonna go in. I realize there's a Dicamax at the back of the map. Blows up the tank. I just spoiled Saving Private Ryan for everyone. I mean, does it really count as a spoiler when a film came out, what's about 25 years ago?
On a Dicamax. Oh, bounced again on an M4.
Spoiler. Still one of, if not the greatest war films of all time, right? Oh no, I can already hear the comments in the YouTube are sounding off again. Actually,
a pen.
It's not that good. Who
bounce.
wouldn't like Saving Private Ryan? Seriously. There'll be one person out there. Me!
So, we bounced off a Dicamax, we bounced off an M4. We penned one on the heavy tank. Or was it a Tiger 131? But bounced two in return.
Oh no! Talk about me. I wasn't paying attention and the M4A1 shut me down, shooting through two walls there. Good job, Lucy. Alright, so look. This wasn't the best of maps for a light tank, but still.
Whitepark is pretty solid, to be honest. Like, it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. But it's actually better than people would think. Because it's really easy to abuse the ridgeline in the center.
I managed to do like 1,400 combined. It's not
and from the other flank, it's really easy to abuse the camping position at the top right. Although the Leo doesn't have the camo rating to make that work.
Best of results, but considering it was against higher tier tanks, it wasn't too bad. I can definitely...
I'm just gonna play a couple of battles with the ELC and see if I can make it work. With the Leo and see if I can make it work. So what do we have? I was using Vance Optics and World Steps. Settings. I'm gonna make the voice notifications silent because I have the enemy crew in this. Retrain this. What else would I use, to be honest, though? Turbo makes sense, hardening makes sense. Hardening. If I'm gonna play at close range. Sure, why not? I'm just gonna go for it. And I can still extend view range, which is good. My crew's just good enough for regular optics. What were my stats up to this point? How many battles did I play? I played 15 battles. It's pretty mediocre, but I was never a great player with the Leo. It's just not my cup of tea, to be honest. But you know, having a video like this and not showcasing how the tank is actually meant to be played is kinda unfortunate. Like, when I'm doing this, all I'm looking out for is the fucking artillery. Like, nothing else concerns me, to be honest. Good. Like, I can shut down their ability to play up there. Like, easy peasy. No problem. It's actually good that the Jackson's up there and not, like, camping in the back of the map. Oh yeah, he's looking. There we go. I'm very concerned, however, about the fact that they are just YOLOing in on the other flank for no reason. The fact that I don't even have anyone shooting this guy, like none of my campers are shooting this guy, is impressive, to be honest. It's actually impressive. It's ultra impressive, actually. I don't have any support. I have to use a shit turret rotation against him. There we go. I have to make a play now because I don't have a team and we're losing. This is bad. Like, you don't even have to aim with this.
In the business, we call this foreshadowing.
You really don't. Nice. Okay, now we finally have some fucking breathing room. Fuck me, bro. Good enough. I'm hoping that something in my team can shoot this. Nice. I'm going back to base. It's good that I'm going back to base. Okay. I don't have the range on this. Come on, Artie. Fuck. Good. There we go. More information. Really, really nice. Really valuable. I don't want to let this guy get away. Hold up. There's a guy capping. I want to wait for my team to move up. There we go. Don't do it. Oh, thank God. My team is still shooting HE, by the way. There we go. And get the fuck away for Artie. Nice. Nice. Good. Easy peasy. No worries. Fucking Christ. I didn't fucking kill this guy. Come on, please, guy, please. Thank God. Yeah, in the city, because no easy way for people to shoot me. Oh, there we go. How optimal is this? What gun are you using? Oh yeah, okay. Fuck you, asshole. Like, you don't even have to aim with this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, man. Of course, bro. Of course, bro. He was so easy to kill. Where did all my fucking shots go? That should have obviously killed that fucking guy. But that's probably what I get for saying that you don't have to aim. Because you don't have to aim. You fucking don't. But still, this is what I get. This is what I get. Whatever. I don't care anymore. I just don't fucking care anymore. Game decided that today it's gonna shit on me, so thank God that I played like those two battles for the fucking replay. For the showcase on why you use the minigun. You saw why you're gonna use the minigun. And that's it. I'm done. Let's get back to the fucking video.
The Leopard is doing well. Alright, so we've played the best heavy tank, the best medium.
That's like the thing. Quickybaby said he understands why it's doing well, but do you? Do you? Do you understand? I don't know. You weren't using the proper gun, so do you?
Medium tank, the best light. Let's see what the best tank destroyer is. Wow, okay. So it's actually the AT2 with...
I mean, okay. Win rate differential aside, it's absolutely underperforming in the W8 perspective thingy. You know what I mean?
Regards to tech tree, just above the PZSFL, which is the death toaster, right? Or the M10 RBFM.
144k battles, by the way. Jesus fucking Christ. Let's look at the tier list. I put the M10 as strong and broken because it is. It's just a Wolverine with a little different stats, like slightly different stats. Like I think this has the better gun and this has the better mobility, but it's also a premium. So train your crew, make credits, being able to spam more gold ammo, and both tanks have 370 meter view range, which is amazing.
Which is,
in my opinion, Death Toaster would have been also good for this video because I really like the Death Toaster. It absolutely deserves that. Use it with the tier 7 gun. The tier 7 gun is really good. Also by far better than the 82. The 82 on the other hand, I put it, yeah, here in average. Because the way the 82 works is, it's stupid, like absolutely stupid in a case where it's top tier fighting against tier 4. But in every other situation, it's so infuriating to play. It's so infuriating to play. There's even an argument being made for putting it even lower just because of how infuriating this tank is to play, right? It used to have 200 millimeters of armor frontally, which was broken, absolutely broken. Now it has 150, and it has a cupola that tanks can pen, so the only reasons tank even works as a top tier is because people don't know how to shoot the cupola. Right, but I would never put it in a video like this. I would never put it in a video like this. This is far from being OP. I guess it's OP when it's fighting tier 4s, but in every other situation you're just getting shit on, and it's infuriating more than anything.
Operator, and my radio operator only has brothers in arms and situational awareness, so I don't even have concealment on my radio operator, which will massively.
All my homies hate the M10. M10 is such an infuriating tank. I free marked it. I liked it at first, and then it just grew tired for me personally. And now it's just that one triangle. It's like for us ELC players, it's like the picture triangle. Because of how popular it is, you see it in every battle, and the majority of all players put it in the furthest corner back of the map, looking for a bush, setting up binoculars, being capable of outspotting everything because of the 370 meter base view range. And every time it's on the enemy team, it's a fucking aimbot. It hits every single shot. Every single time it's on your team or you're playing it, it's super derpy. Not the easiest tank to play, by the way. I'm not expecting quickybaby to do exceptionally well.
Bring down what is one of the strengths of this vehicle by not
like you gotta really know how to position yourself, and that is something that you understand when you start playing more lower tiers. As dumb as it sounds, that's really just the way it is. Like M10 is all about proper triangle positioning, not the meme triangle positioning where it's like it's so bad, right? No, you actually gotta understand how to position your M10.
Having concealment, that it is actually quite a sneaky tank destroyer. So why is the M10 RBFM so popular? Well, it's going to be popular because it's very comfortable. It's got a fully traversable turret, it's got 10 degrees of gun depression, and it has decent damage per minute, 2,200. You can be able to pump that up with a gun rammer. Can't use vents though because of an open top tank, but that allows you to take something like...
It's popular because it's extremely easy and cheap to get as well. The main popularity or the main player numbers come from the fact that it's super cheap to get, right? 1,500 ones. Everyone can get that. Like you play a little bit of frontline, you grind a little bit of battle pass, and you have that thing in your garage. Like other than that, there wouldn't be really many reasons to play this thing. I mean, obviously the statistics also matter, but like no one's gonna play this to grind their crew on the French TDs when no one even plays French TDs.
Like binoculars and rotation device, and I would recommend rotation device on this vehicle because it has a lot of bloom after firing. This is probably one of the best tanks in the game for using a rotation device on, so I would recommend it. Interestingly, because my crew is so good, I'm not even going to use binoculars.
Huh? What? Rotation mechanism. I mean, yeah, I guess you can put it on your M10, but is this one of the most popular tanks to put rotation mechanism on? Is rotation mechanism something that is popular to put on tanks? Did I miss something? Did I miss something? I think aiming is overall more popular, right? Does the M10 not get aiming? On an open top tank destroyer like the M10, aiming makes a lot of sense to use. Oops, that was the wrong one. Hold up. It does get aiming, so, you know. You can use rammer as obviously obvious choice. You can use aiming, you can use turbo, optics. Like optics. Optics is an obvious choice. Aiming rammer. Rammer turbo. Shit like that. A lot of people will find that the mobility is extremely painful to work around. Unless you slap turbo on this tank. This rotation mechanism is only popular. Never heard about it.
Binoculars on this vehicle, I'm just going to go with coated optics, which will end up really helping. I'll say thank you to the Staghound for letting me cross. That was nice of him. There's Uncle Scrubby Baby. Even though I think traditionally, sitting back there where the Wolverine and the Stug are would probably be the better idea for the M10 RBF.
In the business, we call this...
I like to play my tank destroyers a little bit more offensively. Man, that is some pretty big reticle, even with the rotation device.
He's not gonna do well. Because he's taking it to the front. This is the picture triangle. This is the picture triangle. What you do is use the fact that you have a turret. Use the fact that you have a view range that cannot spot everyone, and then you just sit and wait. Now, obviously, I'm a huge supporter of people that don't play like triangles, but let's see how it's of people that don't play triangles the way they were meant to triangle. But let's see how that's gonna work out for him, because I know my M10, bro. I know my M10.
Yeah, we're dead. All of my Canadian viewers. Man, Canada, you know, Canada's basically the
All of my Canadian homies hate the M10.
hat of America, right? Or the hat of the
Oh yeah,
US.
this guy is dead.
Or, I guess you could call it the
Oh,
brain.
engine.
You know, the brain's at the top. The US is kind of the body.
Oh, nice,
in that
nice hit.
regard. Ah, how can you fire before?
Yeah, you will find that the M10 is surprisingly derpy for no reason. It's like super derpy for no reason, especially at longer ranges. Like there are moments where you're gonna miss like every single shot that you take.
For me, why did my shells go off so wild? Talk about Canada. It's a very Canadian-looking style there. Rigged Karma playing their Easy 8. An American tank with a Canadian flag? What is this? Well, to be fair, there are only American tanks. There are no Canadian tanks. Apart from the Ram, which everyone who's been watching my streams over the last 2 or 3 months was able to get completely for free.
I played the Ram. I got it myself, right? My god. And the M485 is even worse. The Ram has such an unreliable gun. Fuck me.
Talk about getting things completely for free. While
I aced the Ram doing like 1,500 damage. Hold up, let me check. Oh, never mind, I don't have the game open anymore. I rage quit after the Leo battle.
I can or can't confirm that Uncle Scrubby Baby will be available for free. I can confirm what Wargaming said in their video, which is from the 22nd of November, you're going to be able to get Uncle Scrubby Baby in World of Tanks once again via Twitch drops.
Yeah, I think he just found out why you keep triangling with your triangle. Like, you're just gonna get shit on when you drive forward and try to brawl with people like that. You can do that when you have specific situations where there's perhaps not many people alive, perhaps not many people focusing on you, perhaps one or the other one shot that you can take out of the battle immediately. When you have opponents in front of you that don't have the greatest CPM or the greatest guns, that are derpy even in shorter ranges. But here it's a T-67 and a Stug and an artillery. Perhaps not.
So, as I need to focus on my game rather than just telling you all that I'm dead. I'm dead. No, that was so stupid. That was so stupid. That was stupid. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll play the I'll play the 82.
Kudos to quickybaby though for keeping those in, right? Kudos for quickybaby to not handpick his battles. I guess he doesn't want to play too many battles right now. He said he was on a break, but kudos to him. I really like it. Because it showcases the real life. The real life, right? Yeah, my program is lagging a little bit. I don't know about that. I hope it doesn't make my footage invalid. I might double check. Probably not though.
I definitely lost my focus. I was too complacent from playing overpowered vehicles that I lost my focus in that game. I probably end up losing that one. I was thinking too much about Canada. That's right. Blame Canada. I'm going to blame Canada. It was that Canadian flag talking about Canada being the hat or the brain of America. You know, just...
Okay,
but
cool.
as I was saying, as Wargaming...
I don't know anything about Canada except that all of my homies from Canada. 80 and 10.
confirmed in a video earlier this month.
Oh yeah, this is really good. Look at this. Tanks can still pen him, but this might be good for him, depending on how he plays it.
By view rate.
But, he's using the ducky setup. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, this is good for the 82. You wanna run a setup like this.
It's a complete...
You're never gonna spot anything, even if you have optics. You don't fucking need vents on a tank like this. What you want is survivability and better mobility, for sure. The gun also doesn't need like fucking whatever gets rotation mechanism, I guess.
joke. However, meant to flank. And so it's why I do to get to the from being a case. So I think that KV1 was firing heat.
And we're finally in action, but he's actually, you know, he's YOLOing in, which is good. That's what the 82 can do in this kind of matchup.
Rounds with the derp, so I've got to be careful because he has still got decent pen. But let's see what happens with this guy right now. Let's see what happens with this guy.
Solid.
Okay, I think we saw what happened with that guy. Oh man, that didn't work out for him. Okay, I think this KV1 is using the derp, so I'm a little bit afraid.
Yeah, so KV1 has the best derp on tier 5, by the way. This is by far the best derp on tier 5. Maybe the only thing better than this is the IKV's Top Gun. So, I free-marked the KV1 with the derp. You can just, like, in close ranges, you can just shoot the cupola. Especially in close ranges. Like, you can shoot the cupola all the time on the 82. And that's what a lot of people just don't do. If they started shooting the cupola, this would be even worse than it already is. Like, the 82 is, again, don't get the wrong idea here. This is not a good tank in any way, shape, or form. I wonder what the community is saying about these tanks, by the way. Like, this should reflect this relatively accurately, right? The community, like, well, from what I can see, the community usually has very good ratings, like very accurate ratings. That's 2.78. This would be even lower if people started shooting the cupola, which they're just not doing. Also really accurate. Really accurate. Really accurate. This is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. I don't see how people are struggling so much with that Death Toaster when it's a fantastic tank. Like, the Death Toaster, in my opinion, compares very similarly to the 60G, and this is rated higher. Pony should be rated lower, in my opinion. I guess it's fine. But it's definitely not even close to being over the Death Toaster. And yeah, obviously the M10. For no reason. I guess, I mean, it's the same tank as the Wolverine, more or less, just premium. Yeah, I guess it makes sense in that case. And Stuck and SU are overrated as hell. Like, in what realm are K-Snake tank destroyers that are just a jack of all trades, master of nothing, rated as high as they are. I guess because they're fan favorites. That's the only way that I can explain this one. IKV is also okay, good. It has a really good fun rating, which matters. This is what matters for the IKV. Because the IKV is a fun tank. Yeah, overall I really like the fact that Skill made these community ratings. Like, very interesting to look at. But yeah, the 82 is not even close to being a good tank. How did Skill rate it? Yeah. This is, I'd say, very accurate, right? This is very accurate equipment. Yeah, same setup. Really good, really good. Very accurate. Yeah, this makes sense, okay? It really does. Trust Skill on this one. I don't know. Yeah, again, the only reason it got on this video is because of the win rate differential, but you saw it yourself. The win rate differential was average players, no, wait, a little less than average players performing average with it. And that's it. That's how it got its win rate differential. Doesn't reflect in the slightest what kind of tank this is. Only good when it's top tier against tier 4s, and even then. You know, it's slow as fuck, so it's most likely infuriating to play. Like, all it takes is for you to be in the center of the map and then someone starts capping and you lose.
But maybe he just sucks? Really, that's how I played?
Back in the days, you could take the 82 and drive over the open field of Malinovka and not take any damage. Because of its 200mm armor.
This tank, and that's how you should play this tank, and how you should end up hopefully getting a good win ratio on this vehicle. Just hope they suck. Or hope they shoot someone else.
Like here, this KV1 could just annihilate quickybaby's cupola.
Just like that. He shot someone else. So now I'm gonna farm. I'm not even sure if I need gold on this tank. Shall I try firing red?
Yeah, this is optimal right now. This KV1 doesn't know what he's doing. They got the center hill, which is also optimal. And no one is really like flanking around or pressuring or anything, so he can just concentrate on this KV1. All this KV1 has to do is put one shot into his cupola.
Regular rounds. I can fire regular rounds.
Oh? Oh?
He says that, but he just failed the shot there. Okay, there you go. That's how you do it.
Look at this one, baby. Yeah, it's good that he's running hardening. Hardening is gonna come in clutch here.
And the business.
That's how you do it.
See the difference? This is not as difficult to pen as many people would think it is. It's like, what is it, 90mm? Matildas can pen it. The tier 4 tank destroyers can pen it. Obviously, those tank destroyers can pen it. Right now, everyone can pen this cupola if they're just gonna shoot it.
That's how simple this vehicle is, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Boys and girls. Oh, not another M10R.
The Stuck could also shoot HE and do damage to him.
BFM. Weak point to be able to deal with me. I can tell you that KV1 is not a scrub lord. For him to be using the derp, you know he's somebody who's usually farming up. So I'm just gonna fire a few shells.
That guy was stock. But he did know how to shoot your cupola. Yeah, again, I've remarked the KV1 with the derp gun. It's really good, actually. It's the best derp gun. Because you have it on a heavy tank. That can fight close ranges and it has decent penetration values. And it slaps like a motherfucker.
Shells here. If you're like a 50% player, you're still going to get 56 on average, right? Okay, cool. So, talk about... I think we found out why it has that win ratio. Literally, he just drove sideways out in front of a tank and then just took it. Okay, Matilda, I don't think you can pen me even with your... Oh no, there's an arty. Oh, this is not looking good, boys and girls. There we go, there's a shot. Got to watch out for the arty here right now. But I've also got to try and push back the Matilda. Whoa, 11 damage. I'll never spot that Matilda after that BT7 is dead. So I need to take this opportunity to go dig the artillery out from the corner, I think. The corner? I don't think I can afford to... Is he just going to sit there and take it? I've got to hurry up and get the corner. Why did I open my big mouth again? I gotta go get that arty, dudes. I gotta go get that arty. Oh, what is this game? No! Oh, I think the Wolverine might get me. No, he doesn't.
Even at that distance, the Wolverine could easily aim at his cupola. Easily. Same with the Matilda, but they're just not doing it. They're just holding center mass and praying.
Oh, this is such a weird game. I'm bouncing a Stug. I'm bouncing
And again, a Stug is not shooting HE.
a Wolverine. I'm somehow managing to actually destroy the Wolverine. But suddenly, I'm about to not have any eyes very soon. I'm going to have nobody on my team who can actually spot for me. Oh, what a crazy game this is. What shall I do? Shall I just go sit in the cap circle after I kill the arty? Don't fail me now, little engine. Don't fail me now, little engine. Hopefully I can spot him. Oh, there's a Stug who got me somehow. Oh, no, the arty's getting me. Oh, this is it. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, we got him. Got a turn. Who shall I go for right now? T67, I'll never be able to see him otherwise. Oh, this is moments. Oh, this is moments. Is he going to fire HE at me? Oh, if I kill this Stug, I can win.
I mean, obviously the Matilda had all the time in the world to aim at the cupola. Yeah, but either way, once you realize that this guy's never gonna shoot your weak spot, you don't really have to pay attention to him. So all things considered, quickybaby chose his targets really well. He chose to focus the targets that he would otherwise neither spot nor reach nor outrun, right? So removing the threats that can run away from him first. While the Matilda's not gonna shoot his weak point, so he doesn't have to worry about this. If the Matilda does shoot a weak point, you know, he was a one-shot anyway, but then he would have to focus him if he had more hit points. Because 121mm of pen is more than enough to go through that cupola.
Okay. I think that made up for the M10 RBFM. Oh my
Yeah, and with
Lord.
that being said, welcome to tier 5. Well, shit like this is happening all the time.
If that doesn't show you how broken this vehicle is, ladies and gents, boys.
Nah, it's not really broken. Like, the armor used to be broken with 200mm of front armor back in the days, but after it was nerfed, 150, it's standout for tier 5, but with weak points like that, and with mobility like that, and being casemate, broken? Nah. Infuriating in like 9 out of 10 battles. 9 out of 10 battles. It's just going to be infuriating.
Boys and girls.
Unless you're the better player, at which point 8 out of 10 battles are gonna be.
I just knew that we could do it from there. Okay.
I think focusing the targets that can actually run away from you is a good way to play the 82.
Okay, that was a high caliber steel wall, Top Gun, Spartan, and a cool-headed medal. That poor little Matilda on the enemy team. I think he didn't fire any gold or he ran out of gold, and that was all she wrote. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was 5 of the most overpowered tanks in the game, and the 5 most overpowered tanks arguably at tier 5.
No. Is the BDR overpowered? Nah. Is the 82 overpowered? Hell nah. What would have been good tanks to showcase in this video? Is the Leo overpowered? Also no. Lefik could have been definitely highlighted as the end-all artillery in the entire game. This was a good choice for sure. I wish the T1 Heavy, but you know, the T1 Heavy just flies under the radar. It's amazing. It has the same power to weight as some of the mobile high tier heavy tanks. Super versatile, fantastic combination of gun, decent enough armor, and mobility. ELC obviously would have been really good. Even the Excelsior would have been good to showcase. Churchill is obviously completely broken because of the experience multiplier. And also plays really well. It's not a bad tank by any means. M10 was good for the video, so that's nice. But the 82 is just completely misplaced in this video. Completely misplaced. also kind of setting the wrong idea, the wrong idea about this tank, because people will now think that it's that kind of tank with that kind of armor, but you just had the optimal case scenario, which is obviously fine. You know, that's obviously fine. In my opinion, the one thing I like about the AT2 in this video is that it was showcased at all. Right? Otherwise, this tank would never get any love. So it's a rare vehicle that made an appearance again in a video, so that's nice. So it's more interesting to see than tanks that you see all the time, even in the game, right? Also happy that the Leo made a showcase, even though you used the wrong gun, which is kind of unfortunate. So yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, I do appreciate it. Pretty crazy that you stuck around for that long. I do hope that the fact that this is centered around stat padding is not going to be too controversial. I will try some funny things with the title, with the thumbnail, in order to get people to click on it, right? So if I design this video to be a little clickbaity, I hope you can forgive me for that, but you know, the idea is that I want to get people to check out my channel, right? And perhaps even stick around. That would be fantastic. So to every new viewer, if you're gonna, all kinds of support that you could give me is highly appreciated. Just know that, right? And I did try to make this video as entertaining as possible, as educational as possible. I tried to give my opinions wherever I could, right? So even though it's no bullshit, even though it's stat padding territory, you know, it is what it is. I'm not gonna stop doing what I'm doing, right? I could make a video like explaining my view on that, if anyone is interested to know my opinion about that topic. Other than that, thank you very much for sticking around. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys around. Bye.